Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sudowrite 301. On this class, we're going to work with people who struggle to control the AI to get the result that they want. You will learn how to control the AI and get the best possible result. And if at any time you feel that the course content is not right for you, feel free to go and sign up for a different class. We won't be offended. We're going to do a small introduction like we're doing right now. I'm going to demonstrate for 45 minutes, and then we're going to have a Q&A. But I think we're going to do a Q&A at the start after I do the small resume from yesterday of what we did. And if nobody has questions, I'm just going to jump right in. Okay, what just happened? Everything disappeared on my screen.
Oh, we're still seeing the slides.
Okay. All right. Let's change this slide here. All right, so what we did yesterday. So yesterday we came into the story Bible. And as you know, we have a brand new little image of our story Bible of all the box is resulting or working on other box. So this is the new one, and it's nice to have a new one with all the new different things that they put into Sudowrite. So we did talk about our brain dump. So remember, we're working with Cinderella, a timeless tale of love and resilience. So I came in with already my brain dump, and then we work on it through all those beautiful laser tools we have on top. I'm going to get my screen a little bit less large so I can control my corners. And then about the fairy tale, the romance, and the fantasy in my genre. We did work with our style, so we took everything from the brain dump and the synopsis, brought it into my style, asked Sudowrite to give me a new style for the story, which it came in with the third omniscient past tense. And remember, I said, I don't like the past tense, so I did change to first present tense, third person present tense, and I didn't choose a POV. So it's something that you can choose in the future. You want to choose who's going to tell the story for your story. You can put down whose POV, which character is telling the story. Our synopsis, we had our first synopsis. If I believe that's the one I did brought in, and then we did ask also Sudowrite to give us a synopsis. And then we came up with a rewrite of our synopsis. We did ask for Cinderella to be a bit darker, and we wanted to be a lot more sensual, which gave us the second synopsis to show you how to do your rewrite. So, and like I said all the time to everyone in my class, you are in control at all time. This is your story. Then we did go to characters. So I went down and we generate a whole list of characters. And at the end, I did show you how to enter. Come on. Okay, switch way. My window just doesn't want to listen to me. How to enter your own character. So without waiting a bit longer, we're going to go right into Sudowrite in our class from yesterday. So from the little resume I did and what we did yesterday, any question or anything you want me to come back over before we jump right in?
This is the time to ask if there was an issue when she was trying to show a feature that you wanted to see. Maybe you didn't get to see it or already forgot about it, maybe.
No? Okay, let's get in. So we were here yesterday. So in my character box, the last one I did, it's me. And that's how you can build your character and tell how the person is speaking, which language and things like that. You can add your trait. How do you say that in English? Trait. Trait. Trait.
Trait.
Trait. Thank you. Perfect. other thing we can do here is when we do a new, you can add or you can customize. You can add things. If you don't have enough characteristic for your character in here, you can add something. So you see what we have: personality, background, physical, dialogue, gender, if they are human. I think that's me who put that in. It's saved across all my my file. I always want to know the age because I don't want the AI to make mistake when I'm writing about a 12 years old in the cadets and they put them in an airplane flying over Los Angeles. Doesn't work. So for me, that was very important. I love the nickname, even though we have another one inside that tell that people can be called two different names. And example of dialogue. Anything that you, in your story, you guys like to really have for your character development through Sudowrite. Give me an example that's what you're using.
I like to do Enneagram and archetypes.
Arc.
What about you, Gianna? Dahlia? What do y'all like to put? What's one trait you always have?
Enneagram, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I
And
also
some
like to have,
people. Sorry.
sorry. I like to have like strengths and weaknesses.
The strength and weakness. We can only, okay. Strength and weaknesses. There you go. That's just solved the problem of no typing anymore. Now, I have a question for you, Nicole. When you do add to current, we're going to have empty box. If we go right away to save as new default, we're going to lose this part here, right?
So the difference in these two is save new defaults means every time you generate a character card, those traits you just added will show up in addition to the others. So it just does what it says. It saves this as your new default card. But let's say you just wanted to add them to the cards that you've already generated. Cinderella doesn't have an archetype or strength and weakness. If you click add to characters, it will add those traits you just added to the currently generated cards.
And I would have to come back and save as default.
You can click save defaults now and add to characters. Or maybe it's vice versa. Sorry, vice versa. Yeah, just click add to current characters and it'll be good.
Now you can see in the bottom when it does, it's going back through all your character and make sure that you know that it did add the arc and the strength.
And like she was saying, it will be blank in the card. Like if she goes to one of the characters, you'll see the trait is there, but it'll be empty. They are working on this feature soon to where you'll be able to click the three dots and have the AI generate for that field. Exactly.
That would be nice. They know and they're working on it. If you see something like that, there's an empty one, you can go in the side on the three dots, you can rename it or you can delete it. So we have all our new tree that we asked, traits. Say it again, Nicole.
Trait.
Traits, thank you. He's going to get in. Traits. There you go. So they're going to be there on all your character traits. Got it. All right. Any question on the character? And would you delete empty trait box? No, because I did ask to keep it there for all my future. Which one that she's talking about? That's what I just did. Yeah, I just deleted. So I show the three dots to delete the empty box. Do you want me to show it again, Jade?
I think she's asking more or less, and Jade, correct us if I'm wrong on this. I think she's asking, let's say you, for instance, right here, you added those to current characters, but you don't actually want to fill those in for each character. You might only want to do your main characters and fill in the archetype, strength, and weaknesses. Would you bother going through the other cards and deleting those, or would you just leave the fields empty?
I will leave them empty.
And save, yeah.
Yeah, I will not go and delete and having out, no, just leave them there. And Unless they really, really disturb your story, then I will just go in and delete what's inside of it. Okay, let's get to it. We're going to do our outline. We have our character and all, and we're going to ask the outline. So as you know, the outline is taking the section of genre, the synopsis, and the character to build your outline. And I believe we have a pretty good synopsis. I'm going to code a few of these things. Our synopsis is like about 600 words, so it's not too bad. They're working on getting this box bigger or merge this one with the brain dump. We're not sure which one is going to be, but they're working on that. So we're going to ask to do that. As I'm here, I'm going to also show you here. For you guys who bring your own story in, then you want to get your own outline. You don't want to generate. You can insert a template this way, and you can go and bring all your outline in here. Or if you already have your outline written properly the same way, you just cut and paste. All right. So let's generate. You have your choice again. Novel outline, the hero's journey, Hollywood beats, story circle, and the romance outline. Remember yesterday we did go into Canvas and we did have the hero's journey done. We did ask for story circle and the Hollywood beats. So just for the fun of it, I'm going to use the romance outline for this one. So we have pretty much all the different way of generating outline. So romance outline, use the outline, see what that's going to give us. Generate. Oh yeah, it's still slow. It's using GPT-4 for the outline, isn't it?
Outline? I don't know. I know they just upgraded, but I think it's Synopsis that they had upgraded to Sonnet recently. I'm not sure about outline.
It's slow, so it's the same speed than my ChatGPT-4. So chapter 1, Ordinary World, Sandrella Everhart, nicknamed Hella, is introduced as a young woman born in a privileged life. She is shown living in a grand castle in the kingdom of ever after, surrounded by picturesque landscape. All Ella's parents have both passed away, leaving her in the care of her wicked stepmother, Lady Elara Blackwood. All right here. This Blackwood, we have these names coming back very, very often. So one thing about that is ask or go back and fix these names for names that we don't see in books too often. Go in ChatGPT or even copy the whole outline when it's finished. It's finished. We're going to copy the outline and we're going to ask ChatGPT to change some name for us, which means that after that you also have to come back here. Do we have the, like before, where we can rewrite character? We don't have that anymore, the rewrite for character to change the name. I don't see it.
Yeah, if you wanted to change the name, you just have to manually type it in.
Okay.
Over the character.
So in the past, we were able to do a rewrite, asking to a rewrite of character and changing all the name. And what I did like to do in the past is I say rewrite all my character names with Canadian French name from the year 1990. And it was giving me names from this country and about that time of the decenny. So now we have to do it a different way. And we can just copy. So we do our little copy, the two little cards on top of each other. Copy. I'm going to create a new document. And I'm going to pass my outline. It's going to give me a title. I'm going to put down. Outline 1. From here, we can go here. So we have Sandrella. We can use our quick edit and go to quick chat and ask, please change my come on. Or darker name. Let's see what it's going to do. Doing his thinking. Are we doing all right in the chat with names or questions?
Let's see, everything looks good in chat.
All right.
We
So
did have someone that wants to see more information about the right features once you are finished with your lesson for today and have time to go back to that.
all right. So back to the right tool. Okay. So, all right. So what is giving me Sandrella, Everhart could be becoming Serafina Nightshade. Well, even Nightshade, it's something I see a lot. Darkwood, I see a lot. Ravenwood, not that much. I never saw Shadowbane before. So I have to say that to get more original. As you can see, I'm chatting. I'm not doing any kind of special computer chatting with ChatGPT. I just directly what I want. Go more original in the names, please. Like a friend. He doesn't know what original means, but anyway, he changed a little bit. So with Darkwood, that's another one which we see often. Grimoire, that's the first time I see this one from me. Shadow Dusk is the first time, but Nightshade, Darkwood, these are names that we see often. So you may have to go back and forth to ask for different name. And if like, let's see, Leo, so it will be Orion. Lady Grimoire, that could be the replacing that. Let's close this. What's the name of my fairy? Phelan Twistlewood, is that her? Sandrella, Lady, Aurelia, that should be my fairy to make sure. Yeah, that's my fairy. So let's go back in here. We can go and search. Is this one will work? So this will be, where is she again? Where's my fairy? Can you see it on the screen? Ah, there. So I'm taking that name. I want Sudowrite to find it everywhere and replace them all. Then we should have all grimoire instead of the fairy that we had earlier into the outline. So this is how I would go to change the name of character that I don't like or I need them to be changed. Any question on this?
Just a surprise from people not knowing.
Define and replace.
Mhm.
It's a really useful tool when you do a book and then your editor says, by the way, this is not right, you have to change it. You may have copyright in the future problems, which I did have last week. I had to change the city of one of my story because it could have an impact on copyright. And I don't want to get sued in the future. So I just found all of it, replace it by another name, and that was it. Okay, let's go back to our outline. Now you know how to change the name. We have our outline. We can probably do the rewrite right away using part of the outline. So let's go in our outline again. Let's see if we have a place where we can add more information, and let's see which one has the most action in it too, so we can work on our beats at the same time. We have a secondary plot and a first plot in the conflict in chapter 7. So secondary plot, the mysterious woman Isadora Devereux arrive in a kingdom claiming to be the rightful bride. Okay, let's see if we can get more information on this one, and let's use that write or rewrite. What did we have yesterday? So we know it's Sandrella first person POV, so we did have it here as a POV at present tense for our rewrite, but in my style, I don't have her as my first POV to write. So that's one thing here. We have to make sure that things doesn't get in conflict. So I'm going to keep my style here, and I'm going to go in my setting over here. So in the future, when I'm going to work, it's not to go and get all messed up. So I'm going to keep it at the same. We're going to put, I'm going to give them 150 words to fix that. I will keep balance because it's one of my favorite. And we can, let's see if we can get a bit more creative. Let's move this bar. So, oh, I did click on right. I'm going to have some.
And there was a request, can you show the find and replace again where it's at? They didn't see.
Okay. Now you see I click on this by mistake and it did write me a card. I cannot see the card. I need to move my screen. So the day-to-day Ella under. So I'm not sure where I get it from, but I'm going to go back in my outline because it's in a synopsis. That's not where I want it to. So 7, this one here. So that's the one I want to rewrite. So I can go auto-complete magic or just go in the rewrite. Let's go and see that rewrite. That's what she was asking. So 7, I like this here. And let's go rewrite. I can go here or I can go there. It's going to give me a card. It's going to ask me how I want to rewrite it. I want to be more descriptive. I want more information. So give me more description about this secondary plot twist. So go here and go. So a striking and enigmatic woman by the name of Isadora Devereux descend upon the kingdom, her presence striking up whispers of rumor among the courtiers. She claimed to be the long-lost and rightful bride of Prince Leo, sending shockwave through the royal family and causing chaos within the palace walls. Okay, I like that. That's more information than what we got here. And I'm just going to insert that in. Is that answer that right rewrite tools? Thank you.
You said yes. And
Perfect.
can you show the find and replace again, please?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to show.
They just need to know where it's at. They weren't.
Okay.
They
So
didn't-
basically right here, under the rewrite, you have that little in loop. I don't know what you call that in English. Magnifier. Magnifying.
Magnifying glass?
Yes. In loop in French. It's so much shorter too. So you just come here, click on it, and you get the find and replace. You can replace one, or you can replace all, or you can just find, if you just put a word like chapter, it's going to find you have 24 chapter in there, and you can go next. Well, normally you can go next, or yeah, here just I like them all. Okay, but I think if you want to replace it by something else, then you have to go one by one. All right, we know where it is. Is it good now?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we have our outline. Let's get our chapter 7 that we did ask to fix. I'm going to copy the fix, because remember, this is where I'm working here. I'm going to use all my tools and get my outline the way I want it. Because remember, you are in control. So read it, look at it, fix things, anything you need to fix, like more information, more names, more twists, you do it right here.
Register 26.
Is that a question or just someone who forgot to?
Background noise, sorry, I got it.
Okay. So I lost my train of thought. So, okay, I'm going to bring my chapter 7 in, and I'm going to say, okay, this is the new one, pass it. So you can see that from my 2 little sentence, now I'm 4 to 5 sentence. These here, people says, why is thing on the ground underlined like this? It's because I have Grammarly, and my Grammarly is under Canadian. So we have OU for all the hour. It's the Canadian, the English Canadian. So are we ready to create? Oh, wait a sec. We can also rewrite our outline, but we know how to do a rewrite. So unless someone has an idea on how they want me to rewrite, I will just go over and we can start chapter 7 and then talk about the world building. Tick tock, tick tock. Any answer? Everyone still there?
I was muted, sorry. No suggestions, no questions. I'd say just keep going.
Okay, so let's go with chapter 7. Perfect. Let's get this chapter 7. As you can see, I can create any of the chapter inside my outline the way I want. I don't have to go to one. I can go to any of the chapter I want. So I'm going to start with chapter 7 because it's the one we just fixed and we did ask for more action into it. So let's create this baby right here. All right, chapter 7. So we have our information right here for our chapter 7, and I can just go and ask to generate my beats. Again, if you bring your own story and you already have your step or your beats for your own story, just copy and paste right in here. Just make sure you have number 1 for the beginning of your first beats, and everything just will move along each time you have a enter or a return of carriage, well, like we used to say when we did typing on those big ancient machine. So let's generate our beat and see what it's going to give us. So just before I do that, the beats are looking at your brain dump, your genre, your style, your synopsis, your characters, and your outline. You can definitely know about the outline because it's up here. So let's generate those beats. Also, do you want to tell us your tricks on how to get better beats into the beats box without having to do all kind of rewrite? Where do we put a prompt for that, Nicole?
I like to prompt in my outline box in the chapter summary so that my beats focus on a certain thing. So I might tell it, you know, if an investigator was suspecting somebody going to interrogate them, I might instruct it to focus on the interrogation, or if there's a battle, focus on the battle, the loss of life, things like that.
Okay. Because I thought there was a place in character box we could have put down to put more meat on the beats. Is that where we were putting that before?
I've just always put it in the outline box next to the chapter summary, whichever chapter I'm working on, give it some commands.
Okay. All right. So we can do that kind of command, or you can come here and just go and read what they give you. One thing we can do, we're going to show you how to use a plugin with our beats. So let's see, we want more meat on those, we want more information, or we see maybe there's a looping inside. And when I mean by looping, they're going to present Sandrella or Isadora here, and then they tell us all that stuff, and then she's meeting the prince, and then somehow they're representing her again. They already did it here, but they do it again, and it's kind of a looping way of doing it. So that's one thing that you need to make sure that when your character has been presented at the first chapter, by example, or when a brand new character comes in another chapter, it's presented just in that chapter. It doesn't get presented over and over and over in all the other chapters that follow or throughout the chapters. Any question? Each beat with a verb. Is that more effective? That's a good question. I never pay attention on what my beat started with. Do you have any answer on that, Nicole?
No, it's typically just the way the AI is doing it, except I'm trying to look at your beats real quick.
Beginning, introduce, shift, highlight, introduce, explore, develop, introduce, item.
These beats are very action focused. I know they are actually working on this right now to try to tweak things.
Mm-hmm. And I did ask for chapter 7 because there was a lot of action to it on top of it.
Yeah, these beats are pretty good as far as all the action and stuff. I like them.
Good.
As far as the beginning word, I can't say that I've noticed anything. It's more or less your overall wording.
All right. So in case you want more meat on your beats, you can go ahead and write by hand what you want to add. Or you can say, I need more. My brain is not there. Go and copy your beats. Come again into your project. Do a blank document. And enter your beats right here. I'm going to make sure I have I did enter it my plugin earlier this morning. Beats. Beats. Should be something. Cliche is there. I did enter the beats earlier when we were talking. Make laugh beats in French. Punchy book. Okay, it's not there. Somehow I missed it. So if your beats, you cannot find it, go explore. And I want to get this one here, Better Beats by John. So you can just go and click add, or you can click on it and go read what the beats this plugin does. So this is in progress. Attempting to use a cheaper model, best beats. I guess we're going to test it together. So you are an expert. So if you have beats, rewrite, make specific choice, and create answer for open question in these beats. Add 3 sentences per beat with definition and lower information that is consistent. Get open for expansion and prose generation. Okay, let's try. We go and add. Going back to Sudowrite. Go back in our class. Let's get here. Let's make sure it's inside, and it's right here now. So highlight our beats, and let's try that plugin to see if we can get more better beats. It's going to look at the beats, and it's going to be in my story, it's going to write. So begin a chapter with Sudowrite dramatic entrance into the kingdom. The raw dramatic entrance into the kingdom, capturing attention of the courtier with the striking. So we have the same sentence this far. Describe arrival. This is the same thing. Wake. And from here, this part here was added. Include specific details about Isadora elegant attire, such as a flowing emerald green gown that accentuate her hourglass figure. So from this sentence, you add that. And we can go through every single one. And it seems like you went through all of them, all the way to 12. So if I'm happy with that, I can go on the bottom. And remember yesterday I told you I like to keep everything so I don't lose anything. I can insert it. Now it's there. I can go back and read them. Or I can say, okay, I work on them. I like it. It's perfect. Copy. And you can also tell John it's working. You can put in your stars so you can come back easily to it. So copy. We go back in our chapter 7. So we have our original beats, or we can highlight them all and pass the new one in. So we went from what we had earlier, 576 to 984. So we kind of almost double our beats. So we put more meats on them. Any question this far? How are we doing?
Someone asked how many credits were used for the plugin.
Let's go see. Show our recent activity, and the plugin cost me 1,068. My beat cost me a lot more, the first generation, 3,547. So for having more meat and using John, it cost us about 4,600 to create our better beats altogether. Okay, now let's have a little bit of fun with our generation. We're going to try a few different models. Which one is your favorite model, guys?
Best pros for me. And I love Ouroboros too.
So let's try best pros for the first two and see what that's going to give us. When you do your beats, do your check beats, make sure your number one start there. You have 12, and you should finish with 12 over here. And if you want to add things like a prompt, any prompt you want to suggest to put on top, or we just go with the beats we have right now and see what that do. And we can check after when we read and see if we can add something else to it. Let's try first one on best pros for the two first beats. It's preparing. When you see the word pause, you click on it if you can catch it. And sorry about that. So you see, so yeah, somehow it kicked me out of the screen, but it kept everything, so I can just click continue. It's going to continue for its arrow is just going back at 1, 2, and come back here. It's her, the enchantress. Now I can click on my pause. It's going to finish 1 and 2, which is very, very short. I can go back here and I can delete that. So it's nice and clean. So the Grand Hall falls silence as Isidora Devos swept into the opulent chamber, emerald ground flowing behind her like a ripple waterfall, the deep green accentuating her fairy locks cascading down her back. So we have a bit of dialogue. It's not too bad. I'm going to let you guys read it. I'm going to take a bit of water. So this one is best pros. One is ready to try a different one to see the difference. Let's try with my favorite one, and then we can try on filter after that.
Dahlia said or a couple of people said they like Opus.
Okay, so we'll try that, and then we'll try Opus also, so we can see the difference. Right there, for me, I know there's something missing in my style box. With balance, compared to the other one. Look at the conversation, the dialogue. These are the dialogue that I like. It's longer. There's just a little thing in the middle to tell me what's going on, and it keep going. This way here, it's not what is giving me, which I normally like to have. The only one is right here. This one is too short for me. It's telling me too much in the tag. Too short, and a lot of information in the tag.
And that is a feature of the OpenAI models. OpenAI loves to put the adverbial participial phrases, so y'all really gotta prompt to get rid of them if y'all don't want them.
All right, so what I do, I go in my style and I say heavy dialogue, or sometimes I really like to put heavy Hollywood dialogue. You can go even more like right with heavy Hollywood dialogue. You have a lot of words you can use. You see anything there that I should change, Nicole?
Oh, I didn't get to read it all. Sorry, I'm a slow
said-
reader.
See, right with heavy Hollywood dialogue. Somehow when I put the word Hollywood, it gave me some very interesting dialogue in a lot of my stories.
I noticed that. I think I used like something with cinematic descriptions or cinematic scenes or something like that. That worked really well too.
Yeah, so once you know your style, how you write and what you want, you'll know what to put in your style box. This, you can also copy it and make sure that you have it. Even more, you can put it on top of your beats to make sure it's there, that the AI knows what you want. You can put bracket if you want, you can leave it like that if you want. It knows it's a prompt because it's right there on your header, and then it knows your beats start at 1. So let's get on with this one and let's try a different one. I can probably restart again with balance and show you the difference in the language, just for the fun of it, see if it's going to learn that I want the heavy dialogue. See, it's a bit bigger. Again, impossible, then you did a bit of dialect and then another sentence. So it's fixing it up compared to the first one, which had just a little sentence, a little sentence. So we see the difference between this one and this one. It's a little bit bigger. Or a clever ruse. And a bit the style too. When you put Hollywood, it changed a bit. So patience, proof. And here it's clever ruse, careful, could it be? You can see the style change a little bit, just enough for you to say, oh, okay, it changed, something changed. It's not the same. So you say opus, 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 opus. Where is opus? Which one? The sonnet, echo, or opus? That one?
I believe they want opus.
Cloud opus. Let's restart that and see what this one's going to give us. The Grand of the Palace falls silent. Isidora Deveau make a dramatic entrance. Who is she? The courtier whispered. I've never seen her before. As Isadora reached the center of the hall, she paused. With a voice that resonated through the grand chamber, Isadora declared, I am Isadora Deveau, the long-lost and rightful bride of Prince Leopold Innsworth. Gasp of disbelief and shocks, murmur erupt from the courtier. Impossible! Why does she make such an outrageous claim? That's not bad at all. It's not bad. It's using more words too, isn't it? Seems a bit longer than the other one. That's how much credit we're using too. So our best pros use 3039. Our turbo, my favorite one, the balance, the first one, they give me 4746. The second one we tried with Hollywood dialogue and longer and heavy, 5,000. And Opus, woof, it's expensive, Opus, 8,900 to use Opus. Okay. Anything else you want me to try as doing these pros? We are at 12:47 already, and I think I need to show you also a bit about our world building. So question before we go into world building.
Chat is clear so far.
All right, let's go in this quickly. Is everyone did play with it, tried it a little bit, or they have absolutely no idea what the world building is doing? How did you like it, Sherry?
I was gonna say, I love world building. I've gone down so many rabbit holes. Like honestly, if I could just make a living off building world building cards, I'd be extremely happy. Y'all, the
I have a
still here is limitless for what y'all can do with these things.
Yeah, some of our story, which you can put all the information you want and make things so much more description, so much more inside the story. Try to get those questions as it was okay. It seems that it pulled much from my description though. So where is that world building take the information from, Nicole? Because we don't have the interrogation point here to show where it gets the information from.
So it does the same thing as characters. If you have something in synopsis, it will pull from synopsis. If you don't have anything in synopsis, it will pull from brain dump. I don't believe, I would have to double check, or if you wanted to pull up that your image, I can't remember. I don't think it looks at characters yet, but we have brought it up that maybe it should look at that. See, yeah, so world building is not pulling from characters yet, but that is something on their radar.
Yeah, so it's taking from synopsis, or synopsis goes in the world building. Huh.
And if synopsis is empty, it'll pull from the brain dump.
Okay. That's when I would have to take the world building to take from the outline, because the outline is generated and has all the information from synopsis and brain dump. Okay, so that's where the world building is taking the information from, right here. Let's go back in and see what we're going to do. We're going to ask to generate our world building and see what it's going to give us. So this way, because we all writing with a story we already know, so we should have a good idea of what is going to give us. So what is the lore? I can ask any of these to go and say, so what's the lore of the story? And I can even ask more questions, or I can go randomly. So I'll go with what's the lore and see what it's going to give us. I don't have to write anything else. It's going to give me the information right there I'm looking for. And then after that, we can go deeper. So the lore, the eternal realm. So it's telling me about the kingdom, the castle piece in the sky, almost literally the kingdom steeped in magic and wonder in the air, the timeless that makes feel as though it existed forever. The people of ever after are known for their resilience and hope, often finding solace. So is that what you think that a lore should be? We know there is magic in Cinderella, so let's see what it's going to give us about the magic. Doing is doing that, Nicole. You play a lot with the world building. What can you tell us about your favorite part of it?
Oh, just how customizable it is, and like where the names are, the trait field names, source of magic, who can use magic schools or types of magic. That acts as your instructions to the AI, and it holds up to 300 characters, I believe, 30 words, something like that. So you can actually give more specific instructions. So
Yeah,
for sources of magic, if you wanted it to detail something like cause and effect, or you know, how it affects the person or the land or something like that, you could put that in the title. So when the AI generates that field, it's going to take that into account and answer that for you.
okay. So it's really a big manipulation of all the little item into your story. They're not little item, they are big item which build your story. That's where you can go and really deepen your story. I don't know if you realize, if you have a story that you are writing about a true story, all those information, they're all in your head, and says, oh, I know what's the information goes there, and just put it there. How your story will come out at the end of Sudowrite when you do your prose is going to come out beautifully if everything is written the way of the true life is. So let's try to go at random for the fun of it. Let's try a random one. So which one did he take? He doesn't tell us which one he took. So how do we know which one he took? So the Knight of Elegance. So that would be the theme. What do you think?
Looks like you might have did a key event, or did you hit custom?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hit custom, but it doesn't tell me which one he used. You know, it's here we know it's magic system, but in the random, it doesn't say. So the Knight of Elegance of the Prince Gala. So that would be a key event to me.
That's what, yeah, that's what I'm thinking it is.
So you can go ahead and put the key event, and then you can go and fill up more information. So that's not the key event, or because you only had the 2 bucks, and when I put key event, it added what happened, and the implication of it. So, okay, I'm curious. I want to know what it would give me if I put down the key event here.
If you want to test something real quick for somebody,
Go ahead.
or sorry, for the class, you can actually take a section of prose. So if you see something in your prose you want it to build a card for, whether it's a character or something in your world building, that instructions box can hold like up to 1,000 or 2,000 words. They didn't have the exact number. So you can just take a section of prose, drop it in there, and give it a little instruction like pull this or something like that. I haven't messed with just putting the prose in there straight and not giving it instructions. I don't know what it'll come out with then,
Okay.
but I have had it generate a character from prose.
So how many words about?
Oh, weight didn't matter. I said it holds a whole bunch, so do whatever you feel.
If we can get the whole prose here, how many words we have? It's not the one, the last one, which was full of. That one is good. So we have 385. So c'est-à-dire, a copy. World building. So you see, we put that where?
Right there. And just select what you want, or give it some instructions if you want it to focus on something.
All right. So that's a big key event. But what else can we ask?
I wonder how it would work for maybe the government or culture.
Yeah.
Since it's talking about all of the marriage and stuff like that.
Let's see with the culture what it's going to give us. Let's go. So that's another example on how to use your world building. Thank you, Nicole. Where is
Yes, ma'am.
it going?
Make use of those times when the AI just goes off rails.
Did you go?
And somebody is asking, can you explain the 3 signs under the generate button?
I thought it would give me something a lot bigger. So the enigmatic assembly in the court of shadow. Appearance are everything. Courtier, don't elaborate. Done, elaborate mask, an attire that reflect their status and intention, creating an air of mystery and intrigue.
I'm not gonna lie though, I like it.
It's
What
not
it
bad.
came up with what I'm looking at, I really actually like that. It got very specific and a bit unique.
Yeah, it's unique. So it's a good way of using it and get more information if you want to expand on the pros and make it more yours and having more information. So what was the question again? Explain which box?
The 3 signs under the generate button, click generate element. Is that what you're talking about, Betty? Miss Betty, sorry. Okay, yes. So yeah, those, just discuss all those things.
So basically here is your drop down that you can choose all these things. So the lore, the key event, the clues, magic system, items, technology, government, and you can have your own custom. So in your world building, some people are very, very into world building in their book when they write a story. Nicole is one of them. And is he still on with us? Because it's already on the hour. So sorry for people. We're already on the hour, 2 minutes before the hour. So if you have questions before you have to go, put them in the chat, please. Nicole, you want to explain a bit more? Who's the other person who's using this a lot?
So the drop down right there is just for you to pick a label essentially. If you don't like any of the labels there, you can click custom and you can actually type something in your own. I have one I made uptown. So you can even, you don't have to click anything from the drop down, you can just type. Where she's typing now is where you would copy in any prose or instructions that you wanted to add. Again, holds a lot amount. Random entry is just like what it says. It's, you can click it. Maybe you want to say, make me a quirky character and click random entry, or you can just click random and it's going to select from the drop down and give you something completely random. And then of course, go is just to go. And we did request random entry, got more random. So I don't know if they've implemented that yet, but I think they did.
Did I write that properly in English?
QUIRK. And there you go.
See what it's going to do with that. Give an example. And that little quirky thing can also be in character box, in one of your boxes. I want, give me an example of more quirky for your character. Or how quirky my character is. Any questions in the chat?
No, but before you stop session today, somebody wanted a demo on folders. Or somebody has a question on folders.
Voters?
Folders, document folders, yeah.
Is one here? Okay. All right, so see what we are asking the custom that we wanted a quirky character. That's what they gave us. So Sandra,
Could I vocalize my question?
what is it?
It was about the folder question.
Yes, I'm going to show that.
Okay, yeah, I'm on a small screen. I'll try to go to my large screen. But well, my basic question is, I don't understand the concept. For example, let's say I have 20 different projects, okay, where the projects are all called Italy for some reason. My goal was to sweep the projects into one folder, but when I look at it, it looks like the folder is within the project.
Those are projects. So if you have 20 projects, they should be here.
Yeah.
Now, if you have 20 books in the series and you want them all under one project, it's a different story.
Right.
Is that what you want?
No. Well, I'll take some screenshots and I'll post to the group, but basically my Sudowrite is cluttered with 20 projects, all called Italy, like Italy A, Italy B, Italy C, and so forth. I want all of the Italy under one giant folder so I could have my desktop free.
So project folders is highly requested and is somewhere, one of the Fix It Fridays. It was essentially project folders or folders in the documents, project folders didn't make the cut, but it is still highly requested, so they will be doing that.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I'll get off now. Thanks.
No problem. So they're working on it. That was something we asked. So it's like all our classroom for teacher, it would be nice to have all our class under one section that we can get them easily. So I get all my article on one and all my story for children on the other one. So that's what you're looking for. They're working on it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question? All right.
Let me help. Do you mind clicking the generate by the world building card again? Betty has something.
Close a few of those. So we have space. Just before everyone is leaving, please, when you get the email, tell us how you like the class, things you want to learn more, things that was the right speed for you, things that was missing, so we can make sure we add them to future class. So for all of the one of you who has to go to work and leave the class, thank you for coming. My name is Manon, and I was very happy to have you with me today. Tomorrow is the 401, which is basically I'm teaching to write in Sudowrite in different language. So thank you. All right, let's answer that question.
Click the generate element again. Okay, so she says, when I press the little sign next to the go, I got a more complete card. So I'm guessing you meant the random entry, or did you press the go button? Because those are two separate buttons right there, random entry or go. Which one did you press? Hold on, I'm just waiting for a response.
No problem. We are here just having fun together now.
The
No,
little,
not ness.
okay, so it doesn't matter which of those by the go you press. That's just showing you can press the key.
I think
Those
it's
are the keys that you would press on like your Mac or your PC to hit enter. That's all it's doing right there.
okay, because it's not doing anything when I click on it. So
Yeah, she was looking at the little symbols, like it says go, and then there's two symbols.
yeah, those two there. If I do it myself, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it's just a whole go button, y'all. All it is just showing that shortcut.
Okay, so if I go here and I just go the shortcut, that shift enter, nothing is happening.
Just enter.
I don't think it's working. That those little drawing, they don't work as yet. It's probably, but you just go and click go.
Do y'all have any other questions for Mana?
Okay, that's the organization now. Anything you like to see? I mean, yesterday or the first day I was showing first draft, and I don't know if people figure it out. We don't have anyone under 18. We did ask, where is it? First draft. That was under the first 101.
Devon would like to see Better Beats again, the plugin.
So just before I go and do the plugin again, this is what we did after the program actually restart working. We did ask first draft how to get away with murder to see how far first draft can go. And it did write 1,141 essay on how to get away with murder. That was very interesting. So I wanted to make sure that you guys have a little snapshot of this one that we use first draft with. So what is it that you want me to go to? Please demo the plugin for Better Beats again. All right, no problem. So we have our beats. Where are they here? These are our beats. right? And this is the beats that we ask to be more for us. I can take those beats again. Can highlight those beats that we got more meats on them. And I can go back in my plugin and ask to run the better beats, which is, where is it? Beats, beats, beats. Ah, right there. Better beats, better beats. And I can get it to ride twice. So it's going to be, this is the first one, and this is the second one. So basically I took the second one and I asked to get even more meat on them. So at the bottom here, 1, 2, 3, 4, enter, insert. So this time we have 987 words. The first one we had 984. So we didn't go much more at all.
It probably doesn't have that much more to work with.
Now I guess he has already give everything he had in his belly on the first run. He just add 2 or 3 words. Does that answer your question? That was the friend who was asking that? Yes. Any more question? Anything else I can demonstrate? Anything you think I miss on the 301? All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the recording and then we can chat like a big family on what we're doing. Sounds good? So I thank you everyone for showing up and let's stop that recording. Where is my screen? Again, this is Manon Doucette. Thank you very much for coming to my class today. Look forward to see many of you tomorrow in the 401.